You were listening to episode 15 about Sentosa and you said it resonated with you. Tell me more about it.
Okay, I am and I was still a scare actor for Halloween Horror Nights. Okay, this is where you spoke about things like hauntings, and there was a standby BOMO, which we do.
And in fact, I've also heard rumors that they do have spiritual masters on the island on standby during the Halloween Horror Nights.
They should.
It's not just on call, but literally just standing by, drinking kopi there.
But your paramedic 10, then you got your seafood
correct.
10.
Correct.
Okay, so this event happened just very close to home. It happened on exactly the date 21st of October. Prior to that, there were already sightings and hauntings among the cast. We share and we talk about it. And this is where it gets exciting because we believe that during this period of Halloween, since September inception, they start to gather all the negative energy and they will manifest at some point.
I really don't feel good.
Is anyone here? What did you find? You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.
Okay, this happened to one of our cast in the EU. So he said that he felt a very heavy pressing on his shoulders in one of his sets. The set 2, set 3 is about 11ish to 12 o'clock. He told us that he felt this weight on his shoulders.
Pressure.
Yeah, the room that I share with you, he was in that room. Yeah. Then his scare is behind the curtain. So he's supposed to be at the corner scare. He prepares the scare and come out and boo. So just nice at the corner, you see the picture there's some entertainment, some Buddha figure or something like that. So probably he's situated somewhere around there. So he felt this pressure.
So he radioed back to you guys?
No, he can't radio. Scare cast no radio. So he just went then, because there are rovers inside, which is our own staff. So when he faints, he actually can signal to the rover that I'm not feeling well.
Okay.
So when he signaled, he just collapsed.
Okay.
He blacked out on set. So medics came, the house went into technical difficulty and it stopped. So this is where it got a bit already, weird. I was on set doing my own scare. Then after that, they said, okay, the house is 10-7. So we all pull back.
10-7, what does 10?
10-7 means close.
Okay,
it's a term that we use. So it goes into technical difficulty, so it closed the house. So everybody, all the cast just pull out the house, go back to your green room and wait for instructions. So how the structure of our set this year was at the back of the house. There's tentages, the smoking corner, and so we're sharing the tentage with AUD, which is ours are dead. So when this happened, the BOMO actually came. The BOMO came very fast. It's like 5 to 7 minutes here, right? I don't even know where he came from, but he came. And then he was performing rituals. He actually can see the BOMO doing it. But just that it's close and everything, he can see the person doing it.
Okay.
So one of my AUD casts went back to smoking corner. So you can imagine the tents, then smoking corner. It's like probably here to like less than 20 meters. He was smoking. Break time, so go and smoke. So when the BOMO was doing the ritual, that guy who was not even related went into blackout. He's healthy, it's not like he had some headache or nausea. He just went blank. So what we believe is probably the spirit of running away from the scene and it rushed through him. He just happened to be at the wrong place, wrong time. So in the end, both house went into technical difficulty for about 1.5 set. It became like this was one of the biggest haunting this year. And it was very hair-curling. Everybody was like, what happened? Then everybody tried to keep it low. No one wants to talk about it. Even the full-time don't want to talk about it. So in the end, the ones that fainted, they didn't even come back for work.
They just quit?
They just quit after that. So this happened actually every year. There are things like this. Hauntings tend to appear in zones like Lost World. Lost World is where all the trees, right, all the foliages. And there's always sightings there. Every year. And popular haunt spots are that place. And then further behind is where Matriarch is in Lost World, right? And Soundstage, which is where TU is this year. So that year, this is what my friends told me. Among us, we talk about it. So Hunt for the Pontianak was actually, the story is actually a YouTuber trying to go and find the Pontianak in the forest. So that event actually caused that whole zone to shut down for the whole night. Okay, so one of the because it's like a maze for that one there, it's like a maze. In one of the corners, right? I think like a laundry room area. It was all the white cloths hanging, you know, like those very typical old school laundry. There's only one scare actor there, positioned to be a Pontianak. But when the cast went over, when the set managers were over, they actually see 5. They saw 5, and then but they didn't tell the actor because at that point of time I was told that they don't want to scare her, right? But
So when you say they saw the 5, did they see it from the CCTV?
no, they saw. They walked past and they saw.
So
There
these
were
the
5
people who walk past, they are people working for.
working, could be guests also. Because it's an open zone,
Yeah.
so people can just roam around.
Okay.
So, like reports say that there were 5 Pontianaks in that zone, but it's only one actor. So it's excessive head count. Every 45 minutes they take a break. So she comes out. So then the cast asks her, "Do you find anything wrong? Do you hear anything?" Or she said, "Yeah, I feel that there's something around me, but I don't see anything." So they didn't even tell her in the end. But because of this is not a one person sighting. This one maybe is isolated incident, but a few other casts saw it, and
Yeah.
then the SM saw it. SM is the stage manager, saw it.
manager, yeah.
So the whole zone was closed for them.
So what is the policy for USS Halloween Horror Nights when such things happen?
Okay, in the guest point of view, it will be technical difficulty. We will not say what happened, what we saw, or whatever. So the house will just be. So the guys in red, you see, they will just close up the house and say, okay, we either can be a cast change or anything, but it's always technical difficulty. They will not advocate and say, oh, we have something there or something not working. You know, we just say that. So the guests will just turn away. They won't ask much questions. They will ask like when open again, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we will always say we don't know. And because I used to do operations day ops before, so I know how they function before I turned into a cast. That was back in 2017. So the guests will never know the hauntings. But long time actors, like some of my friends, they're 10 years, every year they go back. Then they say, oh, it's very jaded. Every year we see things like that. And then there was like, there were every year they saw the Ponti on the tree, watching them. So it's actually in Jurassic Park, the Lost World has the most, because it's like their home ground, right? So it's always there. And the energy there is always very negative at night, and then with all the smoke machines and things like that. So it gives a very grim effect. So
Wow.
this is it's very close to me this time around. I never encountered a haunting like that, as far as USS is concerned.
Your any personal encounter outside of USS?
Oh, my family has a lot of stories. Yeah. So my own house, there's this entity. This entity, my grandma always call her the Xian Gu lah. Okay, so how this entity came about?
What does Xian Gu mean?
Xian Gu is like a entity in the house. We don't know if it's a ghost or is it whatever. So we don't.
Is it like a
understand.
guardian?
It's like maybe like a guardian, but she disturbs the females of the house.
Okay.
Okay, so this entity actually disturbs my aunt when they were very young. My aunt used to stay at Mount Sinai. So it's a very big house, right? Semi-D. So they stay in the back room. When they were very kids, they're kids, so I don't even exist. My both aunts, they like to chit-chat at night until like wee hours in the morning. So what happened was, there's one night, you know that those old doors where you have to pull down and open? So the doors were closed. So one night they were talking, this door actually just came down and it opened a small gap. Then my aunt say, "Hey, Asuna, are you disturbing me? Are you disturbing us?" Asun is my father. My father was very young because he's younger than my two aunts. What? Then, okay, there was no sound, nothing. Moment later, the door just boom came back down. They had a shock. I went out and checked, but everybody was sleeping. So it can be, I would rate it could be a gust, right? But the door cannot, it's a hinge door, right? So that's what she told me. These are things that happen at Mount Sinai. Okay, so the other things like that she shared with me, like because my father's sister, the older one, which is my Kuma lah, she's very prone to this kind of stuff. In the same house, There was one night she hungry, go downstairs and make bread. Then suddenly the tap, you know those old taps whereby you just flip, tap just went gushing. Came out. She's so scared she dropped the bread and she screamed. No. So we believe that this entity was disturbing them, only the girls. My grandma started to give offerings to this entity every Qing Ming lah or Qi Yue. So this happens to them. All the way until when my mom was married into the family. Okay, that was back in 1987 already, when my brother was going to be born. It's the same year that my grandfather passed away. When my brother was born, so my mom had cesarean, so she didn't manage to attend the funeral. My brother missed my grandfather by 2 weeks. So he passed on, then that period, during that period of time, the Songkar very long, and 10 days over, very, very long Songkar, so she was hospitalized. When she was hospitalized, right, they were doing all the prayers, all the Taoism prayers. Then she said that there's this girl keep ruffling her hair. Because after cesarean, you are very weak, you cannot move. Ruffling her hair. Then she felt very uncomfortable, she cannot sleep. So she actually called home and said, did you all forget about this Sian Ku lah, this time round, right, when you all do prayers? So they asked my grandmother, she said, yeah, we forgot. They quickly, when you do the prayers, they have this, one portion to who, for who. So she made one more portion for her and everything settled down. Okay, so fast forward, everything is fine until my brother got married. And my sister-in-law came. That was probably about 3 years ago. There were things on her bed that were missing. They used the bed on my other side of the room, missing. Then back in my house only has 2 females. 2 girls, my mom and her. I got no other females really. After a while, she searched the whole bed. The only thing she found on the bed was a clipping of a nail that is red color nail polish. So no one in the house uses red nail polish. And it's on the bed, on the bed sheet. The bed sheet is white color on the bed sheet. So she asked my mom, how what happened? Then she said, my mom said, why don't you make offerings to at least protect you? I mean, may not bless you to strike 4D or whatever, but acknowledge her because you just joined the family. So after that, nothing wrong already. This is 3 years ago lah. So these are spooks that I still believe that she's living in our house, this entity, but just that it's not benevolent. But the entity is, I think, it's all the way from my grandmother's time.
From Mount Sinai side, that follows all the way to this
follow
side.
all the way. And then we always, so every 2 years, not 2 years, all the Qing Ming, my grandma will always prepare one portion of kim chua for her. I think when my sister-in-law came in, she's not the believer. So maybe when she jing cha and everything, we actually forgot her. Right. So I believe that this has caused a rift. And she said, why is my position absurd or not recognized? Because it's a female in the house. That's what I believe.
Okay, so that's when she made her presence known again.
Yeah, made her presence known again. So remember, mom said just go and do some offerings. But she didn't disturb my sister-in-law after that. Back in 2001, I was still in Polytechnic, so I was giving tuition. I was at Ang Mo Kio. I was crossing the road. And okay lah, I'm being the stubborn one, I beat the red light. I walked the red light because I'm a pedestrian, no bike, nothing. So, while beating the red light, this van came. I probably didn't even see the van, but I felt something push me backwards. So, when I fell back, so when you get pushed, right, so what happens, you actually jump back.
Yeah.
The van only hit my leg.
How do you not see the van coming at that?
I have no idea.
Was it a straight road? Was it a bend?
Straight. Christ the King Church. Church of Christ the King.
Near parallel to the MRT line?
Yes.
Okay. So it's quite a straight road with a bit of curve.
No, it's straight all the way, but after that, go straight to the left, right?
Yeah.
Go to the highway, right? It's just a straight road.
Okay.
It's a 3-lane divider, 3-lane.
Logically, you should see an oncoming van.
I didn't see it. And I was not those. It was in the era of I don't have handphone to play.
To be distracted.
Not. It's like back then was Nokia.
What time was this?
7:30 plus
Evening.
I was going to give tuition, so I was trying to get to my student's place.
Okay.
I walked on the 3rd lane. I felt a push. Something pushed me back, but I don't know how how it wasn't a big push, it's just like a nudge. And the nudge is enough for me to just go backwards and the thing just got my leg. If not, I will be the hantu already. I definitely would be, because it was quite fast. So this is the evidence of the, you can video this is the evidence of the accident. I broke my tibia and fibula, 2001. And until now I cannot explain. You probably don't see it.
鬼遮 your 眼 and the driver's 眼 at the same time.
Yeah, probably. Okay, nowadays if you tell me you didn't see it because you play phone, yeah, I understand. Talk like Instagram, everything. But at that era, there's no such.
Walao.
Basically, every year has something. I think the hunt for Pontina is the more scary.
Yeah.
Which I will invite my friend over to share with me.
Okay.
You are listening to Supernatural Confessions.